I want to talk about truth for a second. Maybe the best way to put this is this. Beth Moore spoke at the Passion Conference recently. This is one of the most brilliant quotes, my favorite quote, I think, of the last 5 years. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Beth Moore said this: "You will watch a generation of Christians set the Bible aside in an attempt to become more like Jesus. And stunningly, it will sound completely plausible. This will be perhaps the cleverest of all the devil's schemes in your generation. Sacrifice truth for love's sake. And you will rise or fall based on whether you will sacrifice one for the other. Will you have the courage to live in the tension of both truth and love?" That's good, isn't it? We have got to call Christians back to the real Jesus, not the one they make up and then follow. And so I wrote that book, and then I ended up on every talk show, and I always, and you know what? So I got asked all these tough questions, okay? And occasionally somebody would say this, they'd say, "Okay, Jesus and sexuality, what do you think about this kind of stuff?" And I said, here's the deal, folks. I don't want to burst your bubble, and I don't want to make you throw away all your precious moments plates. But you read the Bible. Jesus didn't mess around, did he? And you read the New Testament, here's the deal. Jesus is going to mess you up. They would say, well, what about homosexuality? Because that's politically correct. What about that kind of stuff? And I read the Bible. Jesus is going to mess you up. Would you agree? And for example, if you are a white racist, and you're a Christian, he's going to mess you up, isn't he? And if you're going, I'm a wealthy business person and I'm keeping all the money for myself, I'm going to see how much stuff I can buy. Read the story of the rich young ruler. He's going to mess you up. Okay? Or if you're going, I'm a highly judgmental person and I get my kicks out of shredding the pastor and shredding the church and writing critical letters, and every pastor gets them, and you actually come to, he's going to mess that up. Or if you're going, hey man, I'm a 45-year-old executive. Okay? I'm a 45-year-old executive. But my wife, she doesn't look like she did when we got married 20 years ago, but my secretary's in love with me and she's my soulmate, so I'm going to ditch her and go this. And you're a Christian, he's going to mess that up. Okay? He's going to say, not my will, but your will be done. I mean, he's going to mess you up. And if I'm same-sex attracted, and I want to act on that because there's a difference between attraction and action, okay? He's going to mess that up. And I think the Christian church in America owes the gay community a massive apology, but not for what they think. We owe the gay community an apology for, it gets real tense in here, you feel it? We owe the gay community a massive apology for communicating that in the church, the circle that's the church, there's two circles in the church, straight and gay, us and you, perfect and imperfect. There's not one circle in the church. We all stood a couple minutes ago. There's one circle in the church. We are all messed up sinners in need of the grace of God, the love of God, and the power of God in our lives. Would you all agree? There's one circle. And there's the ground's level at the cross. There is one circle that's the Christian church. However, it's not our circle. And it's Jesus' circle. So if you want to be in his circle, don't come into a circle and complain about the rules. He crystal clear set up for being in his circle. Does that make sense? We need 100% commitment to both grace and truth. Because here, I actually think the most exciting thing about being a millennial these days is you're going to have to take a stand. Okay? And I think the most exciting thing about being a Christian, millennial or not these days, is when you hold on to the grace of God and the truth of God and you hook those live wires together, sparks fly, the power of God flows, and lives actually change and are transformed for the glory of God.